I'd like to call to order the Capital Improvement Committee meeting of Tuesday, October 10th at 11:02 a.m. First item on the agenda is reorganization. If Mr. Administrator, if you could run that process for us.
I will run that process for you. I'm going to stay in the room, but I will excuse myself from the table after the process is completed. The first order of business is acceptance and action on nominations for chair of the committee. Are there any nominations? You don't have to be seconded.
I nominate Mike Fitzpatrick.
Are there any other nominations? Going once, twice, three times. All in favor of Mike Fitzpatrick for chairman, please signify so by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. I will excuse myself.
So we're going to take nominations for vice chairman. Do we have any nominations for vice chairman?
I nominate Ben Tassino as vice chairman.
Second. Okay. Do we have any other nominations? Seeing as none, all in favor? Aye. Okay, second thing on the agenda, luckily it's going to be one individual presenting both. I'd like to invite Adam up to the table to talk about the needs of the highway and the public buildings.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Unfortunately, I'm working on snow stuff today. Just want to know this. It's not very good. I'm not very happy about it. Calling snowplow contractors, but two of the things that I have here, will you go to highway first, or does it matter?
It doesn't matter. The highway is first, but.
The highway department, we're very fortunate to receive a brand new sidewalk tractor voted on by the taxpayers last year in this committee. The one thing that was taken off was the flail mower that mows the sides of the roads for us that we requested. I'm back again asking for that, and the reason is, this year we paid $16,000 for 3 weeks from a subcontractor, when if I can receive this what do they have, 45,000?
45,000, yep.
$45,000 for this mower, then I can do it all year round. Unfortunately, 3 weeks doesn't get us a third of the town. So a lot of it we do by hand in different times a year. So the prices keep increasing for the subcontractor, and he was our lowest bid this year. And he doesn't, like I said, he only got a third of the town done, so we have a lot more to go that we'll do by hand. So if we could request this piece of equipment to add on to that new tractor, then we could do a lot of it all year round ourselves and not have to sub a lot of this out. That was my first request on that.
Before you skip on to the next one, does anybody have any questions about this mower head attachment?
It costs $45,000.
45,000. So basically, it's a little less than a 3-year payback on the subcontractor. So correct me if I'm wrong, Adam, but the thought process is if we purchase this piece of equipment, then he doesn't need a subcontract, and it'll enable him 3 seasons out of the year to cut brush as he finds extra time. I don't know if he'll do that, but finds time to do it.
I think, yeah, like I said, I think it's a worthwhile investment, just because we can do more of the town every year. We don't have to do just 3 weeks, and then I got to pick and choose which streets to do and who's complaining and who's not. And I hate to do that. I'd rather just do as much as we can, and then the next year flip it, even if we do half and half or however we want to do it. But if we can have it ourselves, then it helps a lot more than having to hire someone else.
Anybody else have any questions on the mower head? No? Yes?
Good.
You good? Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so the next one is the main roof and elevator roof projects, which has been around for a little while here. A few years back, we voted $345,000 for the main roof project. Last year, we voted $90,000 for the elevator roof project. Total is $435,000. Right now, those projects are separate. We're going to be requesting to put them together into one package. So that way, the elevator roof looks like it's going to come in under from the engineer's estimate, and the main roof is going to come in over. Right now, the elevator roof looks like, from the engineer's report, it's going to come in at $63,304. And the main roof looks like it's gonna come in at $449,664. So if we could take the excess money from the elevator roof by making this one project, and then also add another $80,000 to this project, which is why I'm here, we can complete both these projects in the springtime. Right now, the engineers have told us that the prices are going up every day. It's just nonstop, nothing's going down, everything's going up. So this was his best estimate. It should be definitely, should be good, and I'd rather give back more. If we don't use it, that's great. If it comes in under and we give it all back, and this was for naught. But I just in case, I'd rather have the funding that they're asking for. So, which is an additional $80,000.
So is combining the two partly a timing thing now?
No.
No, it actually,
Okay.
it's, you're gonna draw more interest by having the two.
Okay.
But also, you're gonna have, since one's under, there's almost $28,000 or whatever it is, $27,000, that we can take to the other project. So by combining them, we can then put them together. And
Yeah.
also, like I said, draws more interest.
If it's been appropriated for the elevator roof, you wouldn't be able to use it on this roof
Okay.
without town vote.
Yeah.
So that's the purpose of combining the two.
So has it been voted on at a town meeting before?
It was voted on as two individual projects, one for $345,000 for the main roof, and the other one was $90,000 for the elevator roof. If you remember, the first time we went around, we were hoping to be under the 345 and use it as an alternate for the elevator roof, because there was an oversight on that particular year that we didn't add it on to the project as a separate standalone item. So then we voted it last year to do the elevator roof. The problem with that is because of the way the estimates are structured through the architect, if we have any excess in one roof, we can't use it for the other project. So by combining the two, we'll be able to use them, so then we should be able to get the job done.
So where is it going to get combined?
At town meeting.
At the special town meeting?
Yeah, that's on one of the warrant articles. It's spelled out for the capital project to combine them, and if you look at the bottom in the footnotes, it talks about combining the two. It'll be explained probably at the town meeting.
Does that mean you explained not right? I
Well,
think you did well.
I think I explained it properly to everybody sitting in this room, but unfortunately, we don't have 9,000 people viewing our meetings, so maybe the 50 to 100 people that show up, they'll listen to what we're talking about.
If I may?
Yes, you may.
Kuzinski, could you, either one of you, give us those figures once again?
For which?
All of them, for both?
So you had 345 appropriated at town meeting for the main roof. You had 90,000 for the elevator roof, and what we're going to be asking for is an additional $80,000 and combining both jobs into one.
Additional 90?
80.
Okay,
Yep.
sorry. Thank you. Do you want a motion?
Nope, I was letting Ellie finish writing. Anybody else have any questions for Adam on this? Entertain a motion to, do you want to do them? Let's do them separately. Let's do I'm looking for a motion for the mower attachment.
Move we approve as presented?
For the amount of $45,000. Okay.
Second that motion.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Seeing as none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Entertain a motion for the roof.
Move we approve as presented?
The $80,000
Yes.
And combine.
and to combine the two projects.
Yes.
Motion's been made
Second.
and by Shirley and seconded by Mr. Vandenberg. Any further discussion? Seeing as none, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you all very much.
Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, Adam.
Adam.
The other thing that we have in here is our minutes, which reminded us of what we talked about last time, which has slipped my mind, so thank you, Gene. Thanks, Matt.
I don't have any minutes.
It's in the second page of your, of this, you got this paper?
I got this one, that was twice the same.
Oh, yeah. That was the one Ellie gave you.
He's gonna blame somebody.
I know.
While Mr. Vandenberg's reading that, I had approached Chris Popka to see if he had any interest in joining our capital, and he has expressed an interest, so I asked him to join us just to see what the process is that we go through this. So if he's not scared away, maybe he'll fill out the form and we'll have another member.
That would be
But he'll fill the role as a department head. So we've already reached our quota, well, not really a quota, it's suggested that we have a minimum of 4 citizens at large and up to 5 department heads. So you, in theory, you could have more citizens, but no more than 5 department heads. He would be a department head. You're as a department head. And are you a citizen or representing the
I
library?
don't know, I have no clue, but I get appointed every year, so I don't know
Right.
if that's,
Yeah, I think you would be a citizen at large because it would be Justin as a department head if it was a library thing, yeah. So we'll have 2 department heads and we'll have 5 citizens at large.
how often do you get appointed? Yearly? Or?
No.
So I might be a department head,
I'll find out about it,
Yeah.
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 which I'm not.
I know that, so that's why we'll clarify it. We'll fix that for you, but you're not going
Clarify
anywhere.
that.
You're not going anywhere, but we'll fix it.
Yeah, but I want to, I'd rather be appointed for 3 years instead of 1 year.
Yeah, yeah. You got a lifetime membership. You didn't get that
I
letter
know,
yet?
I know.
Wait a minute.
You have one too, Shirley.
Yeah, I know.
So everybody had a chance to read the minutes.
Yeah.
Entertain a motion to accept them. Feel free, anybody.
Move we approve
Okay.
as presented.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion by Shirley and a second by Ben. Any further discussion? Seeing as none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we adjourn quickly?
Yeah, I'll say it for the third time, that I wanted to, and it says it in the bylaw, if you read the bylaw, to raise the amount from $10,000 higher. You know, I don't know what number would be correct. I sort of,
That was already done.
No, that is done
That's the
on, that's on
BFC.
building and facilities, the things that come before building and facilities, but in our general bylaw for the capital committee is anything that is in excess of $10,000 or has a useful life of more than 4 years. So what Ellie is suggesting is we raise that lower limit. I would just caution you to do that because it could create havoc throughout the budgets in different departments, because you wouldn't have any accountability for the smaller things. And there's a lot of departments that come before us that have a lot of low number items. Kettle cookers, steam things, those are the things that pop out of my head immediately, which we bought a few, so I'm safe to say it. But the assessor's office could get a plotter or something like that, and it came in at $11,000. Well, they wouldn't have to ask, they just buy it, right? So the aggregate amount could be a problem for the town, that's all. That's all I would caution you on.
it was,
It would be a town meeting vote anyways, but it's.
no, it would not. If you read the bylaw, it says it would be up to this committee to change it. If you have to read
Excuse me for a minute.
the bylaw.
I'll read it again.
It's not in the general bylaw, it's in the, what is it called?
The general bylaw. It's the
Capital.
Bylaw for the capital committee.
It is, it's hard to find. It's not in the general bylaws.
Gene, is this something we should talk about tonight trying to get somebody on this master plan committee.
I don't know what you're looking at.
This is from Kevin Morse, and they're asking a representative from each of the following boards, et cetera, to be on a master plan committee. And they have all these things listed, including finance committee.
Okay, then you should, but it's not on your agenda this evening, so I would probably put it on your November 6th.
But it's something that didn't come up within the last 48 hours.
Does it give a deadline? Can you put it off to November 6th to give people time to think about it?
Doesn't give a deadline.
I would probably put on your November 6th agenda.
Okay.
You can have a full one tonight anyways, just going through you can tell them about it and then make a decision on November 6th.
Okay.
If I may, Dick, having been on the first master plan committee, it's been over, I believe, over 10 years, and it needs to be done, revisited. So, and
That sounds like the process is in place to do that, so.
yeah, just recently, the planning board, as it says in the letter.
Yeah. So it says, the public hearing dated September 14. Planning board voted 7-0 in favor to begin the process for updating the master plan. The first step in this process is establishing a subcommittee of the planning board comprised of Douglas citizens. So the planning board will create a subcommittee that will have civilians on it, including from various boards if that's possible.
Half right. I'm always right.
Yeah, right. So for the purpose of this bylaw, capital expenditure is defined as a non-recurring expenditure financed in whole or in part of the town funds for capital improvements having a substantial useful life in excess of 4 years, the total cost of which exceeds $10,000, or such other threshold level as may be established annually by the capital committee, finance committee, and board of selectmen. So you'd have to have all three bodies approve that. It wouldn't be the sole discretion of this committee to establish that higher amount.
And what's the date of when that was all done? I'm just trying to think to myself, what was $10,000 when the bylaw was created, and what is $10,000 today?
I don't know what the date of this one is. Let's see, May 19, 2003. August 6, 2003.
So it's
It's a
20
lot.
years old. So
Yep.
20 years ago, $10,000 was $10,000. It was big. It's not today.
Yep. So if it's something that you want to put forward, then I would suggest you draft up whatever language that or your argument for it, and come back to us, and if it's something that everybody wants to forward off to the finance and board of selectmen, I guess that's what we would do.
Okay, how does people feel about that?
I'm on board with what you're saying so far.
So far.
I'm open to it. It's just, I just caution you that there's a lot of low-budget items that have come before us in capital. Now, it would free up our agendas because we wouldn't be burdened with the little things. However, I think it would cause a budgetary problem.
They could put it in their budget.
But if they don't get their budget approved,
If
they
they,
don't, but I'm just,
I hear you.
I'm not arguing with you, I'm just thinking, a reactionary thought, okay? If it's over $10,000, say it's under $10,000, currently, it's under $10,000, and they come to us, well, we don't have to deal with that, that's a budgetary issue, so we send them on their merry way, and then they don't get their budget approved through finance or whoever, what avenue do they have to go for their need that they have? Some of these smaller departments do have needs that are in the lower numbers.
okay.
Now, we haven't held them to that because we've entertained different things that are $6,000, $7,000 on the capital. It's a capital request, I just treat it as such. I don't look at the dollar amount. Yeah, and, I'm assuming that if they couldn't get it through their regular budgetary process, then they're coming to us as a effort in order to get that need that they need filled. So,
Okay, well, I'll-
anyway, but if it's something that you're passionate about, I would suggest that you just think through it and present it to us and see
yeah.
if everybody agrees, they agree. Anybody else have anything?
No, I agree with what you're saying, because last year, I believe, like the science stuff for the school, and that's not a lot of money, but they didn't get it in their budget, and they still don't have it.
And I felt the same way when they raised the,
Yeah.
on the BFCC, when they raised the limits on the state from 10,000 to 50,000. And then the town agreed to do the same thing with the building and facilities.
Yeah.
I wasn't in favor of that either, because the aggregate amount of a bunch of $50,000 bills
Yeah.
could be a big problem. So if you don't have to get any permission at all, you just, well, I'm just going to do this, that, and the other thing, and before you know it, free cash is wiped out, and we don't have any capital budget.
Yeah.
But anyways, if nobody else has anything else, then I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Seconded.
Motion's been made and seconded. Any further discussion? I don't see any, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks, Chris.